Hello everybody and welcome back to Wappelville. And we're just going to treat this as our stream anniversary here. It was probably sometime in March last year that I did my actual first stream, but I'm just going by April 13th being the day that I think we did our affiliate achievement there. And that's like the one that I keep getting reminded of every month, so we'll stick with that. Now, this just happens to be me as we welcome in Armored Wolf. Armored Wolf, how you doing? Yeah, it's kind of crazy to be coming back to this one because, well, you can see it right here. See there by the brush? Yeah, that's me. That's why he's always up there. He is sort of the face cam. Face cam. Look at that. That's a glorious face cam right there. We also have some references here in the corner just to show you what we did with the first one. Now, I did not base this one right here. It's kind of funny because we even have the Green Stuff World skull right over here. So maybe we'll do a little bit of object source lighting. There may be some flamey stuff there. And then we'll do, I think, a bit of a greenish light over here, perhaps. Hey, Landrast, how you doing? Yeah, it's kind of freaky, right? Doing this again here. Oh, on a Tuesday. And it's not like we never streamed before on a Tuesday. We've certainly done that. But hey, let's maybe throw out a little bit of cadmium scarlet. And I saw that skull sitting out there. Maybe we'll even throw out the fluorescent as well. But we'll just have that sitting out there. Just there we go. And maybe again a little bit of our fluorescent orange now that I see that flamey skull. Valfera, how you doing? Lord Dave, nice to see you again. So Lord Dave, I hope that you've been made a little more progress today. I know you were just you were saying, no, I don't want to push it. Want it to be fun, right? Want that project to be fun. And Zeke is back as well. How you doing there, Zeke? So yeah, Valfera, I saw that your posts there on Instagram. Hopefully that was going okay. And Nessie is right there. A Nessie arrives precisely when it means to. He is never early, nor is he late. There you go, Nessie. That's Gandalf. Hey, Jeep Man. How you doing, Jeep Man? Nice to see you again. Palette here is pretty much the usual, right? Opaque alley up here on the top. Your white, your brilliant yellow pale, your cadmium light, and deep Terra Rosa over there. You got your, I almost called it Perline Red because we were doing a video today. I had a lot of the Perline Black. We'll talk about that later. Cadmium Scarlet here. We just threw some of the fluorescent out there. We got the usuals over here, right? Your umber, indigo, Van Dyke brown, black over here. We do have the black spinel here, just reasons, just because I want to throw it out there. We also have some phthalo green here. We got the Perline black. I almost called it Perline green right over there. So Landrist, hopefully you're still having success with the printing now that you got the settings dialed in there. Yeah, and that's it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is it rival Wappelius right here? It's twinsies, man. Look at that. There we go. It's twinsies. Oh, let me see. So Lumberjack, nice to see you again. So I can't turn streams on and listen along. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, I could see why. I could see why. Hey, Orczoologist, how you doing? And Abadoo, nice to see you, and so we'll do some object source lighting here. Maybe we'll do some marble up there. And then we'll do our usuals here. Now, of course, there's also this pattern that was requested right here. So we're also going to be putting that pattern most likely back here and then possibly in some corners over there too. Oh, yeah, well, Valfera, that is not a surprise. Of course, I can't find what the heck happened to him. They just sort of, oh, that's in the other room. No wonder I can't find him. But yeah, the Windsor Red, those fake cadmiums, that's what's gonna happen for sure. Hey, pun expected. Nice to see you again. Yep, the first one was definitely acrylics, Nessie. Actually, I don't think we painted this one on stream. I think this was a YouTube live. I think that one was a YouTube live, but this one was definitely acrylics right here. I saw the pictures of it. So Grumdy, how you doing? And thank you so much for that. So folks, be sure to give Pun Expected a follow as well, because Pun Expected also does oils on Twitch. So be sure to follow Pun Expected. Hey, oh, Chris, nice to see you again. All right, let's just start doing a little bit of a pre-glaze here. We'll keep it simple. I mean, what the hell? We'll just start throwing some Van Dyke brown We'll just start throwing some Van Dyke Brown. Again, didn't make the base here, but it looks awful familiar. So I'm pretty sure we got sticks, we got cork, we got all that kind of stuff. We'll just throw a little bit of the black spinel in there just to get some darks working here. We're not gonna be working in that area right there because we certainly want some object source lighting to hit over there. So Grumby, I hope that you're having a good Tuesday there. Happy Tuesday, and well, potentially happy Wednesday morning. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Is today? Well, what's tomorrow? When is Tuesday? Does Tuesday come before or after Wednesday? Or is it in between Tuesday and Wednesday? Because remember, we did get approval. Well, I gave approval for a new day of the week called Tuesday, so that Armored Wolf and I would have another day of work. And, well, not like we'd actually sleep or anything like that, but at least give us another day of work. So, yeah, Tuesday. Does it take place before Wednesday, or does it is it between Wednesday and Thursday? These are important issues. Egyptian violet, too, by the way. Little spot of Egyptian violet over here. And ooh, maybe we'll feature some of that pearline black on things like the robe. I think we should do that. Yeah. AKA also green. So pearline black right there. Oh, I like that. Orc zoology. It takes place when it is needed. Now, of course, since it's needed every single day, I think after every day of the week there will be an additional Tuesday. It's an optional day of the week placed wherever, like you say, it goes wherever it needs to go. Doesn't have to be between Tuesday and Thursday. It can go anywhere it wants. Oh yeah. The room of requirement. That's yes, that sounds good too. That works for me. Here's a little bit of umber here. What the heck? We'll just throw it over the top of all this stuff. Who the heck cares? It's a pre-glaze. We can deal with all this. Pun expected. That was not terribly expensive. I couldn't tell you exactly what it was, but I know it was not an expensive tube of paint. Oh, Ace No Treasure. Wow, nice to see you again. And we did, well, I don't know if I can pick it out amongst these different things. Did I grab the right one? Oh, actually, I did grab. So I actually I filmed a video, believe it or not, because I have to do a meeting later tonight when I would normally be filming. So I actually did the black spinel. I did the pearline black, compared it to ivory black, Payne's gray. Yes, we also had Payne's gray out there. Oh, and there's your pearline black right there. Yeah. Pun expected. No, it's a gambling, so there's no. I don't think there's any series to the gambling here. Let me see where the heck did I put that. There it is. It's a series 4, but it was not expensive. I mean, expensive is relative. I mean, if you're talking quinacridone golden brown, it's $60 a tube, or the the dreaded cobalt violets of the world at 40-something bucks a tube. Now that's getting expensive. Cadmiums are pricey. They're not incredibly hideous. Here, let's get a little bit more of our spinel in here. And yeah, we're just going to begin like so. Let's get a little indigo over here. Wow, there's so many other colors in here. Who the heck cares? It's the every color pre-glaze. The every color pre-glaze. Let's break out some sponges now. Let's do some stuff. What the heck? I don't care. I'm going to throw it right here too. Show us how much I care. Yep, pun expected. That was what we did with it. Remember, we were using it on our right here on Saturday. We used that like crazy. We're even using it on our wolves and our armor there. Basically, I kind of nickname it indigo green because it performs a lot of the same functions as indigo blue, but it just gives us a little bit of a greenish touch. And some sponge time now. Let's just start taking some of this away. Just cause. Hey, Queez, how you doing? And thank you very much. Yeah, I couldn't tell you when the first stream was. I have no idea. It was probably sometime in March. There's some green starting to be left behind here. It's a staining color too, which is really cool. Yeah, let's see. What is it's a Series 4 too. What are their cadmium colors? So Series 4. Does it upon expected, does it go past Series 4? As far as the Gamlin stuff? I don't know what their most expensive stuff is. Hey Fido, nice to see you again. Latest followers. Grey Wolf Studio has been following for 221 days. Well, thank you very much, Grey Wolf Studio. Let's see, pun expected. What do you think is in a Series 5 then? Because if the cadmiums are in Series 4, what do you think would be in a Series 5? That could be interesting. I think we're all caught up there. So what we're just trying to do is, oh, look at that. Already a nice little, just bit of pre-shading on there. Nice little bit of a greenish tint here. Well, I think we'll go with the same kind of a reddish color there on our little demon buddy. Oh, thanks, Carrick. I appreciate that. Yeah, I wish I knew exactly when it was. I'm thinking maybe it was the 3rd week of March, maybe might have been the first stream, the first official stream. But I have no idea. And thanks again, everybody, for joining me here. I know this is a different day, a little bit of a different day than we normally are working on here. But I think it was around both the the ReaperCon and Reaper Virtual Expo. We did Tuesdays there as well, I think. I know we did during ReaperCon or Reaper, whatever it was, Virtual ReaperCon. So look at the already nice little tinting of things there. Let's see, Series 6, Cobalt Violet 22. Yeah, that was so unexpected. When I see $22 on a paint tube, I say, yeah, that's pricey. But when you're used to when you're used to these things, or what is this, some of the other, like the schminky paints or something like that, you go, holy smokes, all of a sudden $22 seems like pocket change by comparison, which it's not. But man, some of those Williamsburgs and the schminky and the other brand that I can never remember the name of, those are scary. Those are scary with some of those price tags. So 37 on the retail side. How far would we want to go with this? Probably some here and some there. We're spotting the areas. We're kind of planning out where this stuff is gonna go. Bitron, welcome back. So Bitron, hopefully the Osgiliath veterans goes well. Oh, geez, Bitron, I meant to send you a link. I swear, anytime you think that the phone, maybe you're just imagining that it's tracking everything you do and say and hear and look at. So what was the very first Lord of the Rings lore video that popped up? It was about Osgiliath. I mean, literally, it was all about Osgiliath, the bridge, the Kinstrife, the lost Palantiri in the stream there. As Grumdy says, any Williamsburg paint below $20 is practically free. That's I was almost like, hey, maybe we can make a Book of Wappel chapter about that, but that wouldn't be so good because that might just scare off a person or two. All right, that's going to be enough of this. We're going to take some of that away too. Just a little smidge. We just want to have a little bit of a tinting of that. Now the original one here, where's that? There we go. So again, this one was done with acrylics there. Oh, I added okay, I added those to the base. That's where that, I was wondering, where did that light source come from? That's where it came from. Let's see. Williamsburg. Hey, so Lord Dave, I hope that everything is going good with the contest entry there. So again, we're going to be doing some different freehand on that from what we did originally. I mean, of course. All right, that's enough with the lighter stuff there. Let's start getting a little darker here. That's going to be our Fanchon red. Yeah, a little bit of Egyptian violet in there too, and we'll just take it darken down a little bit here. Like so. Good enough. Now we gotta figure out what is happening up here, and we'll take our phthalo green. What the heck? We'll throw a little bit of our cadmium in there straight away. It is pretty good. Well, that's always good. Yeah, bits around. I'll try to remember to send you that link to it because it was just hilarious. I think it was. I went to exercise and stuff like that, and all of a sudden, the very first video that pops up is the Oscilius thing, and it might have been right after I looked at your Instagram pics there of your Oscilius vets. Try that, might be better. I'm gonna wipe some of this away too. A little bit of that. Let it get down into our robe over here. Look at that. It's like we're staining the pre-glaze. Why? Because phthalo green, staining color. If you need any more visual evidence of the fact that phthalo green's a staining color, we're staining the other staining colors with phthalo green on a sponge. It's phthalo green on a sponge. So Grey Wolf Studios, how you doing? Look at this is very fun here. This is pretty wild. So yeah, we're not just removing paint, we're literally painting with a sponge. We're with removed pre-glaze. This is really going to make some people's head explode, I'm pretty sure. So thank you very much, Nosferatu. Hope that you're having yourself well, it's Tuesday for you, so happy Tuesday and all that. All right, let's see if we can start to figure out some areas of cooler color here. We're going to take some of the Egyptian violet, a little bit of the Fanchon red here. Start to darken the inner portion of the robe there. Start going with some darks before we get into our lights. And we're also going to say thank you very much for Nosferatu doing the gift set to Lord Dave. Look at, right in time for that to splash down in there. Thank you so much, Nosferatu. Angry Ham, how you doing? Oh, Angry Ham, it has been decided that Tuesday is just whenever, it's a day whenever I need a day of the week. I can place it wherever I need it to be. So Tuesday can go wherever it needs to go, which is very handy because I'm just going to keep putting that like, okay, tomorrow will be Tuesday, then it'll be Wednesday, and then it'll be Tuesday again. Then it'll be Thursday, then it'll be Tuesday again. So I'm just going to keep adding day of the week. So we'll have actually a 14-day week, which to me sounds fantastic. Hey, Aussie. Nice to see you, Aussie. And thank you very much for the best wishes there. This is Lord Dave said, the stream started on a Tuesday in March of 2020. It began, I think that's it. I think for sure it has to be a Tuesday beginning. That's the day. It all began on a Tuesday. That is it. So you were able to do a nice little kill shot right there. That sounds pretty good. Well, congratulations there. Making those players pay the price right there for their insolence. That's always good. Yeah, Angry Ham, it's been weird to think that it was just a little over a year ago that YouTube decided I wasn't going to be allowed to stream there anymore, at least not without them killing my stream part of the way through. And then we ended up here. We ended up here. Yeah, and Twitch was never the same again. Though they fought Gravity and Pavement 1 as it should be, as it definitely should be. So I hope everybody's doing good, no matter if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. But Tuesday, I'm really liking the whole Tuesday thing. An optional day to be used wherever it is needed. Now, of course, Armored Wolf also gets to use the Tuesday, so if I'm adding 14 days or adding 7 extra days to a week, that also means that Armored Wolf is going to be adding 7 days. So now your week is going to be 2 weeks long, actually 4 weeks long. So 1 week now equals a month. So be ready for that. Might want to change your calendars. And Unexpected says by May, that there would be no more sullying of the paintbrushes with this dreaded acrylic material. No more would the brushes suffer the indignity of having acrylics spread all over their bristles. Don't say that 10 times fast on Twitch. Hey, Frozen Toes, how you doing? Let's see. Managed to toss that guy with them, but the automatic fire at close range cut the wire. Yeah, that's you would have thought that just the pink jumpsuit alone would have been enough to let him know that something might have been amiss, but apparently not. Hey, Painter Luke. Let's see, it was the Tuesdays. It was the best of days. Yes, that was. I like this. I definitely like the Tuesday idea here. I think every day, every other day will just be a Tuesday. Wait, hey, the more Tuesdays there are, the more streams there are. So there's that. You want 10 days of streaming every week? Well, just have a bunch of Tuesdays in there. We'll have plenty of streaming going on. Hey, Tiny Tusk, how you doing? Yeah, and well, as you can see, Tiny Tusk, we're always seeking more ways to increase production. If that takes adjusting the calendar to suit our needs, perhaps even altering gravitational constants or something like that. Well, wait a minute. Didn't they do that in one of those episodes with Q or something like that? And Q just says, well, simple, just alter the gravitational constant of the universe. That's what we'll do here. Oh, by the way, we're also adding some object source lighting. Forgot to mention that. Yeah, we'll just do the green thing right here. Yeah, Grundy, it's sort of like our own little time hideout or something like that. Big Acrylic has no idea that there is such a thing as Tuesday, so it's never going to know. It'll be none the wiser. It'll be our secret time hideaway there. But it looks like Angry Ham is going to be able to enjoy some Terra Rosa and some Indigo. Boy, I'm telling you, that Perline Black, well, oh, that's a, never mind, that's a Winsor Newton color. So, boy, that Perline Black, that was something special, and that Black Spinel, that is a nice one. I don't remember him having the back, we got the craft brushes in the backpack too, not just over here. So craft brushes over here. Yes, that is, quite literally, that is the one true brush. I mean, yeah, now you can see them in here. Look at that. They have the green handles. I think here we might actually have to do multicolored handles. We'll have to do gray, green, and, well, red and blue. There was actually more. Francis, how you doing? Roy Experience, how you doing? Well, it's weird because to me, it feels like it's been many years because I think now it's just sort of taken over, like all the stuff that I had done on YouTube. It just kind of took over and has sort of erased that from my memory. So I keep thinking that I've done this all this time, when no, it was YouTube Live. That's what I was actually doing. So that's it's kind of weird to be like, yeah, it's not been that long doing this whatsoever. So I do want to thank everybody that helped to make it possible. Armored Wolf, of course, being the moderator, because it doesn't happen without Armored Wolf. So we definitely want to make sure we support Armored Wolf and check out the Armored Wolf Etsy page and Instagram too, for that matter, to look at all the fantastic things, not just the dice bags, but the dice bags are definitely fabulous. Yep, definitely one brush to rule them all. The original green hand. Now it's it seems to be always in gray handle for whatever reason. It also briefly was in blue handles, and then it was also in red handles. Yeah, definitely Armored Wolf has really, I mean, without that, there is not much of a channel here, so let's definitely support Armored Wolf, because he's just literally hammering away at all of his work, because otherwise you'd be seeing him on Twitch as well, but it's a bit noisy. Now, Grey Wolf Studio doing the gift sub thing, and I see we have a little So Say We All. Thank you very much, Grey Wolf Studio.
So say we all. So say we all.
We'll let those cycle through as we start to add our jigsaw sliding. It's starting to. Here, let's get them pointed in the right way there.
So say we all. So say we all.
Oh, well, Snot Rash is in here. I just saw Snot Rash float by, and Gallow Fire. I see you there, so you got outed. That's
So say we all. So say we all.
Looks like a couple of hiding folks have just been revealed. The lurkers have been revealed. That's how that goes. You think you can lurk safely
So say we all. So say we all.
until somebody comes along and finds you. Next thing you know, you are revealed. A little bit lighter here too. So we're just kind of using this as, well, sort of like one of our micro filberts. Let's get that little potion going there, and I think we could use some probably, yeah, even some more light. We're not done yet. We're nowhere near the lightest color on our green here. Can certainly do more than that. We don't want to wipe out everything that's there. Also, adding a little bit of the cadmium to this, a little bit of yellow. Don't want it to get too much towards the cool color too fast. And then we'll have to stop here, and then we're going to have to migrate down here, and we've got to do a similar sort of thing. Yeah, look at that. Seal Valfra says the only way to safely lurk is to have that sub in hand. And Nosferatu. Well, hey, look at this. We're going to get some nice glowing material for Nosferatu. Let's put a little bit of glow in this here. Like so. And so, and let's get a little bit of our fluorescent orange in there too. Maybe a hint of our cadmium scarlet there. Oh, Roy came on board when you did the giant Kara Kalila bust. Oh, this, it's not far. Doesn't take far to get there. It is. There's the Kara Kalila bust. Was that in May or was that in June? I swear that was late spring, early summer, something like that. I don't. Oh, well, Roy, you were there last night when we were doing the Uhuru bust. Now we have another one of those Kara Kalila busts. And I don't know, maybe on the 1-year anniversary of that. I'll see if I can figure out when the heck that was. I don't think I knew about the highlights yet, so I don't think that's saved as a highlight. I was sent it to Michael for the starter set. Yeah, unexpected. Just think of you got your big old database now, right? You have your Excel spreadsheet on the oils and such. Did you ever imagine that you would have an Excel spreadsheet on oils? That's probably not something you were thinking at the start of the year last year. And then that you would end up streaming the oils too. Angry Ham, that is, there might be, actually the Medusa one might be bigger than that. If that's scary to think about, but I think it is, the Medusa one. And then there's the Nalafatep bust that also might actually be bigger too, which also scary to think of something like that being bigger and potentially heavier than the Karakalila bust. So that, wow, that would be truly massive. That bust had you stay awake for several hours because it was haunting my dreams. So Armored Wolf, how long, was it 5 o'clock in the morning or something like that? Uh, I think Nessie also has some post-traumatic issues with the Karakalila bust, looking like it was sleeping on the desk for how many hours? Let's see. Oh, you're gonna probably start painting the Underworld Lizard Man. Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, Rocket SP, you'll have to send me some pics of what happens there. I kind of forgot that I didn't know that the Underworld's Lizardmen were already out there. I've seen the pictures of them. It was Tuesday, May 57th, 2020. Oh, I like that. See, Lord Dave, I like the idea of the 57th day of a month. Wow. Like I said, Armored Wolf and I might actually be able to get some things done if we're racking up 57 days. Well, of course, that's not the end of the month. That's like halfway through the month. Boy, Nessie, I guess if I knew more about animation and graphics and that kind of stuff, could you imagine if I was able to somehow do that and have it open its eyes like that just every so often? And just have it would just be sitting there and all of a sudden it would open its eyes. That would be fantastic. That would probably traumatize people for years. So Armored Wolf, those were the pictures that you showed me, right? I figured, well, maybe I don't know. Are they? I assume they are not selling out as fast as the Cursed City stuff. That's all gone. That sold out real fast. But I assume they didn't sell out as fast as all the Cursed City stuff. I could be wrong, because well, we always know what the first three letters in assume are. So I could be quite wrong about that. All right, I need to get some dark on the top side of that now. Otherwise, you must have dark to show light, of course. Francis, there's articles on the blog that show how I did that. So you can just go to wappeliusblogspot.com, look up the Tomb Kings there, and you'll be able to see how that was done, because I'm pretty sure I took pictures of the process. And all I'm going to do is just kind of divide this into these 4 sections here. I'm going to do one sweep this way, one sweep that way. How small do we make this? How big do we make it? Do we make it smaller? I think I might just have to make it smaller, which means we're going to change this around. Oh, look. This is the great thing about the oil paints. Didn't like where the freehand was. Oh, I took out my blending brush. It's all gone. We're literally back to where we started again. Is that not cool? And I also want to avoid the object source lighting over there. So I'm just going to try and at least pop this in here for right now, and then we'll build off of it. As long as we can at least see a part of the pattern, that's what's important. Okay. Comes through this way. Now this is actually been thinned down. I really don't mind if this sort of blends and mixes with what's there. We've done plenty of freehand exercises here. Remember our gambling freehand? We basically wiped away what was there, restarted it, changed some of the locations a couple of times. Hey, that's what the oils are all about. And now we've got to reverse what we have here. That comes down this way. Like so, and now another piece that's going to come out, oh, a little closer to that, around this way. Now this way, and there. The nice thing is we can make all kinds of adjustments to this. Remember we made a bunch of adjustments to the freehand on our done landings because we weren't even sure exactly what we wanted to have on those guys. And conveniently here, this just kind of disappears, makes it a little bit easier here to do the rest of this. We'll have the other part of this come down this way, comes around this way. And the more this blends with the green that's there, the less I'm going to have to try and highlight my freehand later, which is always really handy. Okay, and then we've got the other end coming right here, and then the rest is covered by the wing, so you get the nice suggestion of that. And now we'll try and add some stuff around it here. We'll build off of that pattern. Let's begin to construct. What are we going to do? Now, the heck if I know. Which I know would drive just some people absolutely insane. It's like, what do you mean you don't know what you're going to do as a pattern right there? Say, we'll figure out something along the way. I figured a circle was also kind of as part of a suggestion, and I thought, well, how's about a circle right here? Now, of course, it's going to get distorted by the fact that you got the cloak doing, well, cloak things, right? So we'll distort that a little bit too, like this. Don't mind if this sort of disappears a little bit down there in the dark of that shadow. So how long did that take? Was that difficult? And that's just the start of it. I mean, we haven't done any kind of detail stuff on this yet. We're just trying to lay it out here. Because guess what? If I don't like this, along comes Mr. Look at this. It's the magic eraser. It's the magic eraser. And orc zoologist gonna erase thirst. You know what bits are? They're a magic eraser for thirst. Yeah. They are the magic elixir for thirst. That's what bits are. They're magically delicious. They're like Lucky Charms, only in liquid form. Oh, thanks, Lord Dave. Now the question is, do I want a second one? Maybe I'm gonna get cheeky here. I'm thinking about something, which is dangerous. That's dangerous. Everybody duck. Jim's thinking about something. I would suggest duck and cover. That's what we were taught in grammar school. Yes, indeed. Here, then also notice too. Remember, that's just mostly pre-glaze right there. There's a reason. Have you seen me painting on this cloak at all since the pre-glaze? Have I done anything on this outside of up here? Which, oh, guess what? Not where the freehand is either. Yeah, that's what we call strategery right there. That is strategery. Because as I sketch this out, I could even be kind of cheeky right here. I'll say, you know what? That needs to be darker, not gone, but softer and darker. There's just enough pre-glaze. Oh, look what's happening here. Having done freehand in acrylics several bazillion times, wishing that I could do something like this to go, yeah, you know what, let's just soften up some of this. Let's darken some of this here. Look at that. You got sharper edges here. Dull ridge. We're gonna dull this one down. That edge becomes sharper. We dull this one down. That becomes sharp. Look at this. This is, I think actually there's probably 3 or 4 more states that have made oil paints illegal because they're too easy. Look at this. Huh? Doesn't that just disappear down in there? And thank you so much, Valfera. That is appreciated. Hey, Cinder. I'll try and, oh boy, I don't know. I'll try and get you those settings tonight. It's, it was a crazy night last night, and I was actually in Shadowbox for hours as I was exercising. Lord Dave says, you know what, we should have another Blitzkrieg. We should have ourselves another Blitzkrieg. Look at this. I'm telling you, I don't think I'm ever doing freehand and acrylics again, ever. Actually, this video is up on YouTube. I just broke this out. So see our little simple over-under here? That's what I'm pondering here for the inside of this. Maybe pondering some of that for the inside there. Could be something that could be fun. Because if we don't like it, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? It's all going to go away. It'll all go away. Everything will all be just fine. Got to start somewhere. We'll start it right here. Over and under. There'll be a lot of these, but really nothing too complicated. Well, Remote Hearst, thank you so much for joining. And hopefully we see you Thursday. Sometimes Thursdays are sculpting streams, but lately I've had to do basing streams, and we need to do some more basing. So Thursday's going to be a basing stream. It'll be very messy. It will be extremely messy. There's going to be just stuff flying all over the place, but hopefully there's some fun things that you might be able to apply to your own stuff along the way. Oh, look at this. Look at how that just, and also, so Valfera, this has a little bit more liquid in it, but it's also mixing with what's here. So that's probably what's happening to your eyes. Not your actual eyes, but your eyes that you're painting. Because here I don't mind that it's mixing, but obviously that's not something you want to have happen with your eyes that you're painting. But what's going to happen is, as I try to bring out some lighter colors here, there's going to be less of the thinner involved. Yeah, less of the thinner involved, and that's probably going to be closer to what you would want to see, with especially with your eyes there. Lord Dave, thank you so much again. Lord Dave has to run. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on a Tuesday, Lord Dave, and I look forward to the next picture on your entry there, and I hope that all goes well. I mean, you got yourself plenty of time, so hopefully you get to enjoy that too. Oh, Landrest, yes. Yeah, and oh, speaking of which, we're gonna be so Landrest, we might be doing some more of this. I kid you not, we might be doing some more of this on Thursday, because guess what? Harad, baby. Yeah, this is on our Harad army. And thank you so much, Grey Wolf Studio. So here, I'll try and take it real quick to show you the Harad army here. And 1 second, we're almost there. We go. Here we are. So there you go. See that? And you really start to see it there. Look at that. Look at those sand dunes. So I'm going to try and find a different. Now, we use the plaster resin from Green Stuff World, but I need that for those buildings. So we're going to try and find another method because I need that plaster resin for those buildings. Hey, Average Painter, nice to see ya. Welcome back. Hope that you're doing good. Okay, can we... Again, I'm making this a little bit more of a liquid right here. We're just trying to get all the way down into the crevice there, which we're going to also take down a little bit with our blending brush, but first we just have to get some stuff going here. Okay, now we're out of the crevice finally. That sounds weird. But you see what happens when we come back over this with our white? We can restore some of this. The lines get a little bit sharper again. And we can come back with our green and also just kind of clarify some edges too. And we'll certainly do that. All right, so there we go. We've got ourselves a little bit of a knotwork frenzy going on. How's about we take some of our perline black, aka green, and start to clean up some edges here. Yeah, Landdress, we actually quite literally sculpted the dunes with it. It was the first time I'd ever done something like that. I kind of thought that's what you were supposed to do with that stuff, because at the time they didn't have the molds for the building, right? So, well, here, I'll just scroll down here. This is what I'm using all that resin for now. And well, I think you've already seen this video here. Whoops, I think we went too far, actually. There we go. So this is what I'm using all that resin for now. Yeah, that's where all of that plaster resin is going. So I can't use any of it for basing, sadly. But we're going to try and find another substance that we can use. And here, I'm going to move this around so we can do a little bit of Book of Wapples. So let's actually get to some of the later chapters here, some of the newest chapters.
Hello, little hobbits. Spark my gun.
Thank you so much, Minikey. That is appreciated. Gandalf says, hello, little hobbit. He's like, huh, you call yourself a wizard? It's like, well, yeah, I got a sword. I got a sword. It's like, well, look, I got a glowing staff. Pfft, really? Seriously, glowing staff? He's like, I got a pointy hat. So yeah, check out my little friend right here. It's like, well, I still got a pointy hat. He's like, yeah, check out this, baby. Speak friend and enter. It's like, fine. Well, that's the end of Gandalf right there. So, Miniki, thank you so much for that follow. That is appreciated. We'll have to also figure out some freehand for this side as well. And we're just going to keep this a little simpler because we've got ourselves some object source lighting sitting around here. So just keep things a little bit more simple here. Like so. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to do some of this now. And then we'll bring some of the stuff that was out here. And that's going to be brought into here. And Valfera, of course, thinks we should now. This is going to be really, with these two light source colors, this is especially neat to see that. Oh, look, it's just two light sources. No green, no red, no orange, no nothing. Just light and dark. But look at the difference. Not just the color intensity makes, but color temperature. Cool colors, warm colors, cool colors that are grayed down. Oh, yeah, and oh, look at this. Let's do some marble while we're at it here. I think at one point, didn't somebody try to give me the name of Captain Marble? I think so. Have you given the thought to getting FDM 3D printer? Mini Key, like Kathy says, we have one of those, but I have not had a chance to set that one up because the original printing area that I thought was going to work for both printers wasn't even adequate for one. So then I spent several weeks creating an area for the resin printer, which was the most critical one. But at some point, with the guidance of several folks here in the chat, will try to get that FDM printer going. One of the other limitations was at the time, I could not get any spools for it. I think now that's maybe not quite so much of a problem. But 1 year ago, oh, it was a big problem. Look at this. Is this Ford Fitch? This is Ford Fitch. Ford, how you doing? Nice to see you back. And well, this is let's hear. He's like, those are my bits still. Thank you for the bits. He's like, who is that guy? He looks like me, but he's not me. So thank you very much for it. How you doing? Bloodthorn Zero just got home from work. It's a Bloodthorn. Thanks for joining. I know this is kind of a weird day for me to be streaming. Usually, I think it's pretty much like a Reaper Con or something like that when we're streaming on a Tuesday. Although we're calling this Tuesday, so welcome to Tuesday. It's our brand new day of the week. Whenever Armored Wolf and I need an extra day of the week, we just add Tuesday. And this is our extra day of the week that we have added. It's special for us. So if you suddenly wonder why there's snow on the ground and it's like June or August or something like that, it's because we've added several Tuesdays to the month. And by several, I mean like a couple of dozen. So you might find the change of seasons and stuff like that a little bit different than what you're used to. I'm glad you're doing good there, Ford. Let's see, Ender 3 great printer once dialed in will drive you crazy until then. Yes, Valfera, that is exactly what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting. But then it was the case, right, even with the my resin printer was the same way. It just kind of made things pretty nuts until it was, like you say, until it was dialed in. And thank you very much for the bits again, Grey Wolf Studio. Boy, we will need a restock on this. Let's see. Yeah, so I fully expect that to be somewhat misadventurous there. I mean, the journey into the other style printing was definitely full of all kinds of crazy adventures. So I'm sure this will be too. I'm sure it will be. Here, let's get our blending brush into this and just tone down some of this in these darks, and then we'll come back and bring back some of our lighter colors and maybe a little more definition too. So that's the sweet thing right here, right? It's like we can sort of de-emphasize this freehand, and then we can pick out the areas where we actually want it to be emphasized. Uh-oh. Well, so Grundy, okay, well, yeah, we're coming to your house for advice then. We're coming to your house. We're like, okay, how'd you do that? How did you set that thing up? And how did you not get spaghetti? Right? Is that not the dreaded thing of all FDM printers? Is to just have a bowl of spaghetti sitting there on your printer after, I don't know, about 40 hours or something like that? Yeah, I know you're not even supposed to speak that name or that word or anything like that, but so again, so Valfera, yeah, there's nothing here. Just see, I can't even look at that. No paint comes off here. That is just literally pre-glaze right there. Yep, that is yes, Grey Wolf Studio. Hydration is the most important part. And of course, what was this? What was the maybe this is the one we want to be using here. The spiced rum. But I went over to our special store, and there was a bazillion different spiced rums. I did not expect a selection of about 10,000 different spiced rums. There was like an entire aisle just of spiced rums. And I was just trying to, well, of course, there's the Sailor one, which of course I've forgotten the rest of the name of that brand. We'll have to maybe try and snag that one. Heck, maybe I should have got that for the stream anniversary. Maybe I should have got that. All right, now we got to do our over and under here. Looks like we have an under over here. See how I did that? See what I did there? An under over here. And now we have an over under here. See that? Let's see. Well, I did have whatever the one was that.
Hello, little hobbit. Spark my ganja.
Armored Wolf had. That was some nifty stuff. As we're gonna welcome in early bird The early bird catches the worm, and that will be those little buggers that are trying not to do their homework. Catch all those little worms. It's like, whoa, dude, this is my stream. I'm the only wizard in this stream. It's like, but I have a horse. Yeah, meet my little friend. Let's see, or some Diplomatico. I went FDM to learn the hard way first for a year before I went resin. Yeah, Velfera. Well, gee was Velfera. Now, some of the stuff that I saw you printing there a few weeks ago, was it? Oh, that one's over. This one's got to be under. Okay, almost. Fudge that one. There we go. That's better. And then this one also has to be under. So see, we're starting to work in our actual knot work there, little by little, and also little by little, tiny, tiny amounts of thinner in this. We're talking minuscule amounts. Oh, black card. So they definitely had the sailor. Definitely had the sailor there. I think they actually had two different size bottles there even. Of course, I'm pretty sure, Armored Wolf, that you had the deluxe size bottle there. And I'm sure that's what we would certainly need here because it would probably be exhausted quite quickly. Otherwise, yeah, let's again separate these guys. So we can kind of come in here, work in some. Look at this. See, the knotwork starts to emerge a little bit. Can even maybe throw in a little bit of dark around here because look, we have a blending brush. Yep. See how that line starts to come out there? Yeah, well too, and I guess you also don't have to be worrying about you don't have to handle it with kid gloves, so to speak. See what I did there? Yes, again with the wordcraft. It's like it's a linguistic masterpiece tonight. All right, now we're going to start to add some of the lightest freehand colors in here. So, Velfera, no thinner on this whatsoever. And we're just going to come in here, one brushstroke, bam, right there. See that? We can even, there's so much of it, we can take it and move it again. So that's, again, there's no thinner on this. We're also being very direct. One brushstroke, another brushstroke right here. That's it. If we want to go after the edge of this, we're going to come to the other side of this and then just pull it this way. Same thing here. So we just kind of pull that over this way. Now, you see how we've got a lot more shape there in that freehand than was there originally? Oh, thanks, Aussie. I tell you that new Perline black color, it really is to greens what indigo is to the blues. That's some pretty amazing stuff. I am really glad that I just took a chance on it. I wasn't sure what to expect from it. Well, I don't think it was terribly expensive either. But boy, that really came up aces. And the black spin out now, that one's as Pun Expected said, that's a Series 4, so it's going to be pricier. But it was definitely worth it. My guess is something like maybe a Mars black, or yeah, like a Mars black is supposed to be like the bargain version of the Spinel. No, I don't have Mars black, so I couldn't tell you exactly how much that costs, but I'm just well, I'm kind of figuring that's what it's for. Thanks, Velfera. But hopefully this is a little bit of a window right here, because you see how this is all, it's staying white, right? It's not changing or anything. But no thinner there. One brush stroke, very direct here. Another one right there. We got another one to do here. It's a little bit mischievous because it's also sort of into a kind of a where there should maybe be some darker tone as well. I need that, but also we need to have an over right there. So see, now we've got over and under, all this kind of stuff, and that just painted that on there, right? No decals, no microsol, none of that kind of stuff. We just painted this stuff on, and we made changes. We made changes to this along the way. We basically erased it at one point. We basically erased it and then put it back. Oh, thanks, Nessie. This, well, there's something about the knotwork, right? Knotwork always looks fun. Doesn't matter what you're doing it on. Rohan stuff, Vikings, or me. You know what? We should probably get this to stand out a little bit more over here too. If I'm going to have that part of the knotwork right next to it be so light, we probably should lighten that up a bit too. And then we'll have to figure out what we're doing on the front side there, but there's already a lot of stuff going on there, so figured this is the main attraction here anyways. You know what? Not even going to do that. I am going to take this here brush. This is literally going to be the freehand blending brush here. So we've got the end of this, our lighter weight, and we're just going to take that and we're going to pull that out this way ever so gently. Same over here. We've got to get the paint off of that. We'll take some of this, pull it down this way. Now we're going to do the opposite over this way. We have a blob right here. We don't want that. Let's see, we're going to take it and pull it this way. Same over here. So we have now just blended all of this stuff. And I'm telling you, as I see this, if I look at any freehand stuff that I did in acrylic, I just kind of look at it and sob quietly because I see how freaking easy this is and how easy it could have been on all those other miniatures back in the day. Ay, could have been so much easier. But you live and learn, right? You live and you learn. Is what it is. How Mini Dreadful says your freehand is cleaner than my typing. Oh my goodness, Mini Dreadful. I don't know if it's these stupid keyboards that I'm using, but I swear I cannot type anything anymore. It's like literally skipping letters. It's one thing if it's a misspelling, but it's just, how the heck did it skip 5 out of the 8 letters that I typed? It's like, what is going on? Boy, typing is just, it was never the easiest thing for me. Suddenly it's becoming more and more possible. I got a brand new keyboard thinking, oh, that'll help, especially if it's a more expensive one. Yeah, not so much. The thing, ugh, I almost tempted to send it back. All right, there's a smidge more. Oh, speaking of which, why don't we complete that circle a little bit more there? And oh, how's about we throw in just this hint of a couple of freehand bits there, just a smidge, just a hint, just yeah, clever use of a wing to say, well, we don't want to have to paint this entire pattern over all these folds. Let's put some of it underneath a wing. Strategery. It's painting strategery. That's what it is. It's not cheating at all. It's just strategery. Hey, Rhapsody Studios. Folks, be sure to give Rhapsody Studios a follow. So, Rhapsody, I think now did you come into Kathy's stream just as it was ending, or was that something I could hear just as I was trying to get some of this stuff ready here? I think I just finished filming a video. Again, using some of these new colors that we've got. So it's another one of those sort of color theory type videos. Oh yeah, and using our lovely new black spinel right there. Absolutely love that stuff. Yeah, well, I think, oh, Kathy also went a little bit longer too because, well, there was the Captain Madlove raid, I believe, right at the start, and then she had to read a chapter because the read a chapter challenge had been successful. So there were a few pauses in the programming. I think Kathy's gonna start calling her Tuesday streams the not painting streams because everyone seems to be conspiring to distract in every conceivable way. I thought I saw money exchanging hands when there was the Captain Madlove raid, just again to provide a little more added distraction. So pun expected painting, yes. So pun expected. Gosh, was that today that you just did that change right there? Ah, thank you so much, Bloodthorn. That's appreciated. It's really weird to think that well, basically a year ago I was still painting things like this on YouTube. It's like, is this the Fu Manchu? Oh, well, yeah, this is the mirror. It's the mirror universe. This is the mirror universe Wappelius from YouTube. This is the Twitch Wappelius right here. So you can clearly tell by the Fu Manchu which one is which. So there you go. Oh, thanks, Velfera. Yeah, well, and I've seen, oh, actually, I'll throw a little bit of this out there. Why not? With zero. Oh my goodness. Wow. Sorry to hear about that, pun expected. Oh my goodness. That's a bummer. Sorry to hear about that. All right, here's a little bit of our fluorescent magenta. And we're just stippling that stuff on there. Stippling that away. Maybe we'll add a bit more up there. And then we also need to reflect some of that. Maybe a touch of fanchon red just to give a little opacity so that it can maybe cast a bit of a glow onto the cloak right here, which then we're also going to have to get back to our freehand right there, just like what we've been doing over here. Let's make sure we've managed all of these edges right here. Oh my gosh, he has 28K followers and no posts. Wow, that's doing it right. Zero work, tons of followers. Man, I've been doing this wrong for a year. I've been doing this all wrong. Clearly, I just shouldn't paint anything and get lots of followers. Uh-oh, Rhapsody Studio got themselves, what did they get? They got a hype train. Boom, hype train for Rhapsody. Hype train. So congratulations, Rhapsody. Aha, all the way to level 2. Well, Velfera, well, let's see. We could still do that. We could still do that in some places here, but we're gonna, let's get some more of our light tones in here. Let's get some more of those. Now, let's not stick my finger right there into the orange. Let's not do that. But we certainly need to get some lighter colors over here into the skin tone. We don't want it to be too dark. We will get ourselves a wee bit of a 5 o'clock shadow here, although I did shave today, technically. Sort of, kinda. We'll let this all mix, right? Just letting that all mix together. Mix together nice and easy. Over here, I'm just going to take what's already there and we'll just play around with that. Like that. Now, let's see. Use my beard as a pillow. Hey, Laminess, how you doing? Nice to see you, Luminous. And thanks again so much for the subs yesterday. That was appreciated. Or last night, I guess I should say. That was appreciated as always. Whoop, there we go. Armored Wolf beat me to it. I think we could, you know what, we'll just go a little bit further here with the green. Reflecting here on the face, potentially. Like so. Maybe a little bit on a beard there. I think we need some more on the shoulder armor here too. Gonna grab this. Less is more. More is way too much. What's a way to have less? Just put a dot down there and take a blending brush and move it around instead of constantly less painting, more blending. Ooh, there we go. There's a fun little book of Wappel for you. Less painting, more blending. People are like, what the heck does that mean? It means stop piling paint on that miniature with a forklift, because that's going to get you in trouble. Time to add some lighter colors in here. Oh, Cinder. See, Valfera just confirmed what he said before. You can't lurk quietly without having your sub in hand. Which, that all of a sudden makes me hungry. But thank you again, Valfera. That's appreciated. Yeah, oh, did we ever get to our Book of Wappel thing? I think we did.
Spark my ganja.
I think we did, and thank you so much, Titan Clash Gaming, for that follow. Hello, little hobbits. Oh my gosh, this can be like Harry Potter painting. He's like, get out of here, amateur. Take you and your ganja with you. Oh, and by the way, the DEA's coming for you. It's like, yeah, I better go warn Rohan. What are they talking about? They're talking about this baby right here. My Dunlendings, yep, they're here to set fire to all the ganja. First Rohan, then the Shire. That ganja's torched, baby. Scorched earth, scorched Middle Earth policy. That ganja is gone. Oh, it's an appendix to the Less Thinking, More Doing chapter. Boy, that was that in the 20s? I think that's maybe chapter 20-ish, something like that. The less thinking, more doing. I mean, all kidding aside, I've actually seen people standing in front of their wall of colors, all their paint jars and stuff, and they never paint anything. They'll just sit there, stare at that wall of colors, and nothing happens. Meanwhile, they're looking at me. I've got this pile of 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 just laying on the table. Jars aren't even upright. They're just scattered like this, laying on the table, and I'm just painting away. And they're just trying to find just that right red and just the right blue and stuff. And I said, that's why you were staring at that wall instead of painting, because you were trying to find just that right red, which there's not always going to be just that right red. Unless that's a paint color that we create. is that a paint color we're just going to have is just that right red? So Sidra wants to see the one true brush, which over the years has taken many forms. Now this was its original form in the green handle right here. That's why we've got it painted that way. See on what pellets right there? See the green handle brushes right there, the number 8 craft brushes. But then it started coming in the blue here. But look at this. Look at what we've done there. We've actually trimmed it off to turn it sort of into even more of a filbert brush. Oh, but wait, there's more. Here's the same number 8 round grab. But look at this. We've got a stippling brush. We have a spatter brush. We have 2. Look at it. So one brush takes many forms. It may take many forms, but yes, it is still the one true brush. Yes, it is. Boom. There it is. One true brush. One brush to rule them all. There we go. Paralysis by analysis. Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness, that's a paint paralysis. And I've seen it happen so often, and I could just tell. I was watching the person. They would pick up a jar, they'd set it back. They'd pick up a jar, they'd set that one back. They maybe even have two jars. They'd set them both back. And I was seriously thinking of just having a cattle prod there. And just every time they put a jar back on the shelf, they would get a shock or something like that. Bloodthorn Zero loves the One True brush. No, I don't think I think there was a raid, wasn't there, right before we got to our newest chapters here of the Book of Wappel? Our newest ones. Here, there we are. And so, oh, Valfera, this is important. So, dry paint sticks to the wet paint and vice versa. That's what happened with the freehand on the cloak. Because remember, I was rubbing my finger on the cloak and no paint was coming off? We were putting wet paint over the top of that. Well, there's no better illustration than that. So that was chapter 50 right there. And we're starting to make colors darker here because you can highlight things all you want. You can highlight as much stuff as you want, but it does not matter. You got to make those dark, especially with object source lighting. And this is why we do film noir. We're going to get Angry Ham a film noir, and that's going to illustrate this whole thing right here. This contrast is more than just light and dark, right? Kill the color. Boom. No green, no orange. No pink over here, no green over there. We've got this set of contrast sorted out, right? But then there's these bonus type of contrasts. So here you're going to have two, this is red and green, literally red and green right next to each other. We'll bring this back. I'm going to bring this back here. So this is a little sneaky thing we haven't really talked about much. Okay. We literally have red and green next to each other, but your eye is looking at this. That is a pure intense color over there. These are two very diminished, desaturated colors, also darker. These two normally would be like clashing, and you'd see those for now. You see this. You're also seeing this is another form of contrast, edge contrast. Look at all those sharp edges. You could cut yourself on all those sharp edges. Soft edge, soft edge, soft edges everywhere. Oh, until we get to our sword right here. Edge contrast, saturation contrast, color contrast. It's all right there. And it's just so very important. I can't emphasize it enough. That's why we put these things in the Book of Wappel. I mean, yeah, it's fun, right? It's fun to play around, Book of Wappel, do the readings. There's a reason why they're there, though. There's a definite reason why they're there. Also, the whole color goes somewhere, it must go everywhere. Since my Wi-Fi, lost you about looking up aperitif. Ooh, well, Roy, I don't know. That sounds like a potential noble sacrifice right there. Uh, because I too like aperitifs. I am very much a fan of aperitifs. So I hope we didn't mind that little combo there of the book and the film noir together. All right. How's about a little bit more to the marble right here? Oh, you know what? I can't wait to do we always do the indigo marble. I got to start using the perline black for some marble too. Now, this is going to be a case where we have this thinned down because we need that to flow. And remember, we dry brush this stuff on. Why is this sticking here? Because everything underneath there is very, very dry. We practically use the dry brush to apply that darker blue color. Guess what? I'm able to apply this later. If this was not so dry here, not a chance. Not going to cover with that. See how that all covers right there? Because this is nice and dry. Very important. Here, let's bring in a couple of extra marble lines in here, and then blending brush time to take some of that away. This, as easy as marble was with acrylics, wow, with oils, it's just like steeling. It's easier than steeling. And there's a link for you. Let's say to rename the brand of the One True Brush. So yeah, Mini Dreadful, for whatever reason, I think this is the current color. So it had always been green for the longest time. Then it was red. Then it was that light blue. Like literally, these are the same brush. It's come in different color handles. I have no idea why. But thank you so much, Armored Wolf, for providing that link there. So this right here, we're going to take a different tack here. We're going to grab ourselves another little round of our cadmium scarlet and a pinch of the fluorescent orange. That's more. I was looking at this going, something not quite right here. That's better. Yes. Also here. Bit more here. Yeah, it was a little too much yellow. Needed to make it a little bit more of an orange. And now we got to darken some of this down, which we are going to, let's do this. We'll take, and this is what we did, I think, it was on our Saturday stream. We took the black spinel that's combined with just this hint of the Fanchon Red. Guess what? Also an opaque color. We're doing some pin line washes here. I think some people, a pin line wash is just for vehicles, just for rivets and stuff. No, and not just for rivets and vehicles. It's for everything. You know, that might have to be another chapter in the Book of Wappel. That pin line washes are not just for vehicles. They can work in many other places. When you bought your first bag of True Brushes, they were the gray. Yeah, for the longest time, because I've been using those things since probably 2010, something like that. So, woof. Yeah, we're over 10 years with the One True Brush. Actually, probably longer than that, actually. And I would say for about the first 7-ish years of that, they were that green color. So again, darkening this up. We can only make this so light, but we can certainly make this darker. And that's what we're doing here. Brings out that light. Makes this just stand out that much more. So they're gray now. I do believe this is the current color of the One True Brush. Well, unless it's mine, and then it becomes every color. My One True Brush is every color of the rainbow, plus glue. Yeah, so it's not enough to just have the color on there. We also have the glue as well, and other fun stuff. Let me see. That's now. So Landrast, you were saying, it's no big deal. I can get it done. I can get it done. So how did that go? Because Steel is asking, did you do your homework? Now everybody wants to know. Or were you still, once you had that locked in, you were just like, I can print. I'm going to print. Oh, we're also going to respect the umber here. That's in the Book of Wappel too. Ooh, you know what? We're going to have umber, the burnt umber mixed with a little bit of that black spinel. I'm going to see what happens here. Ah, very nice. A little more here and there. Yeah, that's working. Yeah, well, actually, no. Landrast decided to do an illustrated manuscript instead of writing the paper. He just did some oil paintings. He just did oil painting. Hey, that's not a joke. How do you think I got through high school? You think I got through high school reading and writing stuff? I just drew pictures of everything. That's what I did. Why do you think I went from high school to art school so I could just keep drawing pictures of stuff? All those scary written words and stuff. Yeah, we don't want any of that. Now kids, that's a fine example. I'm sure all of your parents absolutely appreciate that. I'm going to take the cadmium yellow here. And we're just going to manufacture our own either yellow ochre or raw sienna, either one, whatever it is. Every time we do it, Valfera is just like, you got to be kidding. Oh, so Valfera, you'll love this too. Guess what the bottom color is here? It's yellow ochre. I'm not kidding. I did the yellow ochre because it was well, it's the most common, right? It's everywhere. It's in every stupid set that you're going to look for as far as the starter set goes. And it was the lightest one. So my apologies on that. That was not meant as a direct sort of a kick in the pants there. It was just like, well, yeah, you know what? Most people probably have this anyways. All right, getting ourselves a little bit of a color now in that backpack. And then we've got our one true bright. Well, we should do one in every color. Well, thank you very much, Valfera. I do appreciate you joining as always. And hopefully Thursday won't be well, maybe it'll be just late enough for you. So maybe you'll be on the other side of things, right? And you'll be able to hang out and not have to worry about the bedtimes. But thanks also for the bits and the subs. That's appreciated. Okay, so we also have to respect the Prussian blue. Fear the Prussians. That's going to have to be in the Book of Wappel too. I don't think there's actually any chapter about yes, fear the Prussians. They'll take over your palette. Yeah, so Valfair, I hope that and this is why we like doing Twitch, right? And the questions in the chat, because you're saying that, like, so what's with the eyes? And hopefully this little thing that we did here, maybe that kind of makes that a little bit easier next time around. Yeah, let's get some of this Prussian blue in here. So yeah, I cannot confirm nor deny that the use of Payne's gray and yellow ochre in the same tutorial video is not there to torment a couple of our most loyal followers here.
So say we all.
Ruined. Ruined. Thank you very much for that. Oh, just in the nick of time, let that splash in there. Thank you very much, Ruin. Yep. So Roy, we're gonna do a gray one here. I think we'll do a red one here, then a gray one. Here, let's do the red one over here, like so. For the brief appearance of red. And then we'll do the gray one over here. And what the heck, we'll use the expensive black spinel. Now, I'm going to have to see if I have any other Series 4 gamelets outside of, say something like the cadmiums. What the heck else would I have in gamelan that's a Series 4? Outside of those. Well, I don't know. Let's check the. I'm gonna look at this one. That's Series 1. Prussian blue, probably a Series. Series 2. It is a Series 2. Oh gosh. I'm gonna look at this Perline red. Oh, Series 3. And that's something but see, look at that. That's very transparent. And I don't know. I'm thinking, of course, Drax is not here. It's a bummer because I could have asked him, I said, hey, Drax, do you think that Perline red and Perline black together would make chromatic black? Because that's basically what chromatic black is. Apparently, it's just like a dark red and a dark green together. So that could be interesting. E-Tool, nice to see you. Boy, Velfair, I'm really glad because I could definitely see how that'd be frustrating as all heck. So glad that maybe makes it a little bit less frustrating. And I'm going to take just a little bit of this lighter gray. Also work that into the back. Oh, here's my micro blending brush. And as Nestle knows, any brush can be a blending brush. We just did that. Now you have a good night there, Angry Ham, and thanks for joining too. I haven't tried the 1980 series, Roy. Actually, gosh, that's just not in the regular section on Dick Blick with the Gamlin paints, is it? I wonder if that's in its own special spot or something, because I don't remember seeing that. E-Tool, but I tell you, this is so much fun. Doing this in oils right here. I'd still be working on this. I'm not kidding. If this was acrylics, I'd still be working on this freehand over here. Wouldn't have done any of this other stuff yet. Certainly wouldn't have been doing anything over here. Would have been still screwing around over there with that. So yeah, that's a big deal. I'm gonna use the brilliant yellow pale oh, we got oh, thank you so much. Here, let me see who what's with Stila. Thank you so much, Stila. No, we'll give you a double salute there. Hey, this is my stream. No, this is my stream. It was your stream last year. This is a new year. Ha. So thank you very much, Stila. That is appreciated. Okay. So yeah, I don't think I've seen those on. I have not seen those on the Dick Blick site there. Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure you can imagine. Right, they're just this, right? They are the Wintons to the regular Winsor Newton. So this is probably Gamlin 1980, and this is the regular Gamlins, maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking something like that. But Roy Experience, you know how long I was using. Gee whiz, how long was I using the regular Wintons? 3+ years. So I think you'll be good. Just when you're ready for something, and you just say, hey, okay, I'll get myself the indigo, or I'll just get this one color. No need to do it all at once, of course. Stila, we may just, oh, well, so next year, I print this out at 54 or 72 millimeter scale, something like that. Yeah, we'll print this out bigger for next year because it'll be bigger and better. See, it'll be that big on screen. Maybe a little less fuzzy, but it'll be big like that. We'll just have to. So, Stila, I'm gonna have to ask Andreas to sculpt a Wappelius spellburst that's as big as your Tarrasque. Ooh, that's what we need. We need gargantuan Wappelius, the size of that Tarrasque. We need like this is what we need. We need this size Wappelius spellblade, right? We need this size. He's like, hey, where's the old dude with the ganja? I just saw him in here. Where's he at, man? Come on. I gotta get this before those other dudes set fire to it all, man. It's like, please set fire to it now. Please. Crotchety Clown, how are you doing? Let's see. A Tarpelius. Ooh, I like that, Stila. I like that. So, Crotchety the Clown, how are you doing? Grey Wolf Studio. I think actually, yeah, I think something maybe the size of like Godzilla or something. That should work. Yeah, something like that should work. We have the 1-to-1 scale. Of course, the 1-to-1 scale, for whatever reason, its brain is not quite as high functioning as apparently all these guys are right here. Glad that you're doing good there, Crotchety the Clown. Yep, so this is a, I know it's really, it's kind of a surprise stream. Usually only doing the Tuesday streams for, yeah, this is Tuesday, by the way. I'm not sure, I'm not sure if you were aware, we've created a new day of the week. This is Tuesday. So happy Tuesday to everybody. Uh, yes, well, or did we not determine that this was 1/6 scale because we put it next to the Uhura, which is 1/8, and this is a little bit bigger, so I think this is 1/6, so we're gonna just sculpt me? Yeah, I think so. I think just like a gigantic version of me, and then that statue just gets put on every street corner or something like that, so that people just have nightmares. They can't even close their eyes anymore because that's all they see is those stupid statues of me. Yep. So, yes, we of the nocturnal variety here. No sleep in Wappelville. We know that. Still, I don't know if there was. I'll have to shoot him a message. Well, obviously, I'll shoot him a message with the picture of this one here. And of course, I will be taking pictures of the ones that we painted in the, was that 2 Saturdays ago? I think we painted the Artisan Guild figures. Oh, actually, yeah. Now, does anybody know what the name of the character that's riding the lion in the new Artisan Guild set? Is that, does the name begin with the C? Because I've got that on a build plate, and I'm just kind of hoping that that's the guy who's actually riding that winged lion. Or is it somebody else that's riding the ringed lion? Yeah, Grumdy, there is no sleeping on a basing Thursday. Who's going to sleep on a basing Thursday? Well, not me, that's for sure. Yeah, no sleep on a basing Thursday. We got stuff to base. Seriously, we got a lot of stuff to base. We're going to have more of those wargs to do. And a bunch of other things that all needs basing. All right, let's get some couple brighter highlights here on this metal. Need to make it nice and glinty, otherwise not going to be metal. What about you guys over here? Not so much. Do we need to? Yeah, I'm going to actually come back in here with some darks. Casimir, so Laminez, that's who's riding that big. Now, does he have a book and not a mace, but a book and a sword? Because the Casimir, he's got a book, but what's in his other hand? I'm pretty sure it's a book and a sword. And does he also have one of those crazy back banners that's also a candelabra? Oh, wow. Is there also Agata on foot? Because I think that's the one. Boy, can I actually find it in here? I don't think so. Nope, that's not the Agata. That's not the Agata either. That's not the Agata either. So I'm just gonna, nope, can't find it. So it's a lady, because there's a Lady Agata on foot too, right? Okay, so all right. I think I printed out the standing one. I haven't okay, well, we'll have to redo that one, I guess. We'll have to redo that one. Ah, so Casimir is on foot with a candle banner on it. So, okay, at least I got the candle banner right. But Agata, and all of a sudden I was thinking, wait a minute, I think it's actually a female character that's riding that winged lion. I just didn't realize there was Lady Agata, okay. Or Agata, however you want to say it. I think we will keep this somewhat similar between the two, though. I would like to have him with the somewhat black robes here. Keep a little bit of that White Sox theme in there from one to the next. Now here I'm going to try and throw in a bit more of the red. Let's see if we can do that here. That's going to be our nice little blending brush right there. Of course, not flipping brushes around. Now, Stila, do you have the naughty one or the nice one? Because I've printed out both of those, and I know there's two different versions there. And is the naughty one for the OnlyFans? A little bit of red here again, color contrast. However, oh look at this. Red and green mixing together quite happily. Ah, the naughty one, of course. Yes. So yeah, if you now is there like a link to the OnlyFans or something like that, or because it's its own separate thing? And well, yeah, folks, yeah, if you want to see well things that basically Twitch is gonna just cancel, definitely check out Steela's OnlyFans because there you can just kind of can you also listen to whatever music that you want there too, because they basically don't care. So you could see there, that's a little bit of a cooler red than what's going on over here. Also, same cooler red over here, but this is even more, that's got a little bit more of the greenishness in it, mostly because of the pre-glaze, that's all. Mostly because of the pre-glaze. Gonna let a little bit more of the, this nice little red here. It's gonna separate this from the interior here, but then it's another form of contrast here, right? The green versus this. Now I'm also gonna maybe tone that down a little bit, just a smidge maybe. Let's see what happens here. Do we have one of our original brushes like this one? Yes, we do. Oh, phthalo green. Ah, Liquid Nebula, how are you doing? Okay, so just add Stilla Rebla to the, okay. Hey, Deuce, how are you doing? Oh, so Liquid Nebula, who is, well, hopefully Liquid Nebula has been rolling some dice or something like that. If there's been some luck going on for a while, hopefully that's means some good dice. Doesn't matter what you're playing, good dice are always great to have. All right, so we just tone that down a little bit, just a bit. Up here, we got to either do something here. I was thinking of the purling. What the heck? We'll do a little bit of that purling over there too. Taking some of this white, this purling black. So I really don't think that is actually phthalo green and black mixed together, because of the history of that said that it was a printing ink for many years. So not sure exactly why it would have that greenish tint to it, but it does. Let's get ourselves a little reflected light right there too. Back to the blending brush, like so. That's that. Do I need to get any, oh geez, we have to get some paint on the, yeah, no paint on the brush. We do have our bright green right there, but let's See if we can't find another bright color right there. Now working with a copper busy with those dice. And yeah, doing the dicey thing. That's very dicey. Doing dicey things. Well, I hope that everything has gone well. I know it's been a little while there. See, look at that little bit of magenta. Boom, right there. Poof. I think we've got to, okay, maybe we'll do that here. However, we better do something for the Prussians. Let's not leave out the Prussians. They're not going to like that. A little bit of Prussian blue on here. All right, a little bit of Prussian blue right there. That's dangerous, not including some. You leave out the Prussians, they'll find you. Anything on the shoe down here? I think so. I think we'll see what we can mess around with right there. Some umber, some of that yellow. Very dry once again. I mean, that's a dry brush. Most of the time when we're painting on this, it's practically with a dry brush. People are always wondering how that paint sticks on there. Well, that's why it's so easy for it to stick on there. Because we're just giving it this little bit of a dry brush look here. Same over here. Same over here. There's a little bit of the magenta got on there. I mean, that's not a horrible thing. Again, color goes somewhere. It must go everywhere. See if we can maybe also get a little reflected light on that sword too. Well, look at how this is dried. But it's not dry. It's just not quite so. It's not dry. It's less wet. Oh, yeah. Now that as tempted as I am to make that a chapter of the Book of Wappel, that should just be more merch. It's not dry. It's just not wet. Feel like, okay, what? All right, now you've gone too far. What does that mean? As we find just the last little smidge of light there on the little stick. That's our stick. And that's what we're sticking to. Got our marble here. All right, and get a little bit of our color here, but we've got plenty of ground cover that we can put in there. That's why, boy, I just paint bases less and less and less compared to what I used to do. Used to try and find all kinds of neat colors to paint all of the rocks and the ground cover, and it's like, nope, why am I doing that? I'm just going to put actual ground cover on there. And that'll be much better. Well, just that was a little bit too sharp of a line there. And now I'm going to just throw a little quick black around the outside of this if I can here. Let's see if we can actually find where that went to. We'll just throw this on here for right now. And yep, there we go. I just need to get a little bit of a contrast here. Let's find a brush we can do this with. Just grab this one over here. And just make that a little darker so that I know what that's supposed to. There we go. Okay, now we've got at least some kind of uniform whatever there. That's better. Because do I need to make things in this area a little bit lighter? I just might do that. Of course, that was just some acrylic paint that I used. Better actually clean off that brush because, boy, that's one thing you get spoiled with the oil paints is, waking up the next day or whatever and you still got paint in the brush. With the oils, not a big deal. With the acrylic paints, somewhat more of a big deal. That's a little less convenient to say the least because, well, that paint is really going to stay on that brush now. Well, Orcsawal, just thank you so much for hanging out. Ooh, Cheerios. That sounds good. It's not dry, just I'm not late. I'm just chronologically misplaced. Ooh, Cinder, that is quality right there. Chronologically misplaced. Yes. I had a chronological accident. I had a time accident. I don't think there's any kind of depends for that, though. So, Oxywologist, thanks again for stopping by and hanging out with us here. It is appreciated. And hopefully, maybe the latter part of the Thursday stream will be okay. You'll actually be getting up instead of having to go to bed. Yeah, who knows? It could be. It seriously could work out that way. Maybe dry that down a smidge. Going to make this even lighter here. Couple of dots right along there. Where the flame is just basically right next to the rock here. So great. It's really hilarious to have the ye old flaming skull on the base here, even in the same place where the lantern was. Because I think that lantern, that was part of another Artisan Guild thing, and I just sort of stole it. Hey, Lady B, how are you doing? Oh, thanks, Mayabi. Nice to see you again. So, Lady B, hope that you're doing well. Can that reach that? Probably not. Probably not. So we'll just see if we can't do something like that once again. When in doubt, a little bit of dry brush there. A little bit of dry brush. Now, this book over here, we got to do something with... Oh, speaking of Book of Wappel, right there. There's the book. It's Das Book. Das Book. Ye Old Flaming Skull. Is that going to have to be a new pub? Ye Old Flaming Skull? Or is that is that a new beverage? Or maybe there's already something. I'm sure there's probably something called Flaming Skull already. I'm sure just a quick Google search will reveal if someone's already created a Flaming Skull beverage, but there's our pages right there. Right over here. Let's do something with these bits. That looks like pieces of metal on the cover. Yeah, something like that. We also do want to have some of that object source lighting hit it, so let's see. Remember, first time you based a mini on a flaming skull. Boy, I think it had to be my Demon Hunters army. Yeah, it had to be my Demon Hunters, probably not Sisters of Battle. I think that, yeah, the Demon Hunters came first. So it was the old Demon Hunters army, which at some point I promise I'll try and get a channel reward thing so that you can actually see the old Demon Hunters. Because you can definitely go see the Sisters. Let's see. Not you'll have to clarify there, Lady B. You'll have to clarify a little bit there. Because, not quite sure. No, thanks, Armored Wolf. I'm sure there must be. There must have been at some point. Okay. Oh, that's also going to need. Gee whiz, how the heck did I forget his? We're doing all this stuff with the eyes to make on our little skelly friend down there. Nothing to make his nose brighter. Let's give him a nice bright nose. Not red, but a nice bright nose. So Lady B, we thought for a streamiversary it would be only appropriate for me to paint another me. So that is why we're painting another one. Because we painted this one on a YouTube live in acrylics, but now we're painting Wappel again, but doing it this time in oils. And we've done a different little freehand right here. Okay, I'm not sure what this was. What is that supposed to be? That's supposed to be that's like a chain right there. That's an even bigger chain. Okay, I didn't realize that. I don't think the first time around. We need to give our little friend here some chompers. Let's give him some chompers here. Let's also give him some eyes there. Yeah, Deuce, it's going to be really interesting to see those things side by side, especially with the very different freehands and such. And I tell you, this freehand was way easier to do than it was in the acrylics by orders of magnitude. And the freehand and the acrylics really felt like a major struggle compared to doing it with the oils. Let's darken down the hair. We've got plenty of mid-tones in there. We've got some of our reflected light there. So Miyabi, we'll show you something here. This is something we always like to use to display the incredible difference between them. So, speaking of YouTube Live, where's our murder chicken here? Where the heck did he go? He was around here somewhere. Where is he? Is this him up here? There he is. So there's the murder chicken. This was painted with the most intense, vibrant acrylic colors that you could find. That's even fluorescent paint right there on the orange, right? Take a look at that. And now here's oil paints, minus the fluorescent paints, just regular oil paint. Look at the purples there. Look at the difference between the two. This is crazy. This has never seen sunlight, so this is not faded or anything like that. That's just how much more intense oil paints are. Look at the difference between those two. It's crazy. Here, let's get our murder chicken back in the normal spot, and then it'll be easier to find.
So say we all.
Oh, thank you very much, Miami, for that subscription. We'll just, oh, look at this. We're just getting down to our last few drops already. So thank you very much, Miyabi. I appreciate that as always. More dark here. A little bit of the umber. When in doubt, start to create some more darks here. You can have highlights, that's okay. But you better get yourself plenty of darks. And that's another thing that the oils do so much better than acrylics, which is why I am basically just painting terrain with oil paints from now on. I am not screwing around with acrylics and terrain anymore. It's a waste of time. I spend half the time trying to make the stupid terrain darker, where the oils just do that so easily. And we don't need the super expensive black spinel or anything like that. It'll just be darker just because it's oils. And that's been another huge, well, there's been a lot of surprises over the last several years of using the oil paints, but that is certainly another one of them. I think we're all caught. Does the imp or demon have a name? Grey Wolf, I'm thinking, well, actually, I did have a name in mind for him at one point. There was a name for him at one point. I might have even given him a name. Might have given him a name. Well, he's red because red makes it go faster. Actually, maybe we'll just call him Cadmium. We'll just call him Cad. That's it. That's his name. He's Cad the demon. That's it. Let's give him an A little bit of a pupil here or something. Because he's such a cad. That's why. That's him. That's cad. That just represents cadmium red right there.
Hello, little hobbit. Spark my ganja.
And thank you so much, Cav Envy. Thank you so much. Hello, little hobbit. So the gunge's been sparked. Fly, you fools. Ha, that's all it took? That's all it took to get rid of him? I'm telling you, Gandalf, he's going to be very, very sad once the Dunlendings have just cruised their way through Rohan, then to the Shire, burning every one of those ganja plants one by one, or maybe by the dozen. Let's see. Yep, it is written. That is cad, because he's such a cad. And again, since he's cadmium red, he goes faster. He goes faster than everybody else. Okay, we got this little bit of a cloak right here. Couple more shots of it there, and then maybe we'll line up that forehead just a little bit. Couple places. Do I need some more? Shit, well, that's awful light. Yeah, I'm going to try and do something with the cadmium, or sorry, yeah, what the heck. I'll take that phthalo green. That's gonna be a lot. So we're gonna make almost like a sap green out of this here. That's better. We haven't done that in a while. Phthalo green mixed with the umber to make ourselves a little bit of a sap green there. Yeah, okay, that's better. It was just a whole heap and bunch of light over there, and no shit, that's more like it. See if we can also lighten up the nose a little bit there. Yeah, well, unfortunately, cerulean blue and watercolors was able to withstand the assault of Prussian blue, but the Prussian blue assault in the oils was far too much for cerulean to withstand. And cerulean has dissipated and retreated back to watercolors, where it might be safer. All right. Speaking of Prussian blue, guess where that's going to go? It's going to go right over here. Right in there. Because what we want to have is some little band of well, not just a lighter tone here, but something that's got another type of a color to it. Something that's got a little blue. This is very much just kind of, well, almost like a white there. Throw a little bit over onto this other side too. So yeah, the old cerulean blue and watercolors, that was really fantastic stuff. It's just, sadly, when it came to the oils, cerulean blue could not withstand the powerful assault of the Prussian blue. Not many colors can. Like Grey Wolf Studio said, well, look, they're practically neighborhoods. They're neighbors. Now, of course, we have the Indian yellow right there. So that Prussian blue is probably not super happy about seeing that get plopped over there. So, yeah, we could have some palette wars. We could have some palette wars coming. But that Egyptian blue or Egyptian violet there, holy smokes. I'll never forget the first time I was using it on one of the color theory video things, and it started mixing in with the lighter colors, and it just swamped them. It just swarmed over those lighter colors. Speaking of lighter colors, we need something lighter there, but we're actually going to make it like this bit of a crazy grayish red. Why? Because it's sitting right on top of CAD over here. That's something that was missing over here. A little bit of reflected light. How's about we maybe make that a smidge lighter? That is one of those very precise Wappelian measuring units right there, a smidge. It's hard to get much more precise than a smidge. Not that anybody knows what that actually is, but it's a little bit more than a bit. It's somewhat less than a scotch. Color wars, yeah, do we? Well, that would be probably somewhat of a violation. It would probably get shut down in 2 seconds. But wouldn't it be cool if that video started out with that really loud trumpet thing, like the Star Wars theme song, in case someone's trying to watch one of those videos, like as they're going to sleep or something like that, and that song starts playing? That would be, that's a heart attack in the making right there. All right, I'm going to see if I can't almost give that a little bit of a gold tint to it there on the metals here. Because, reasons. See what we can do right over here. I think I'm going to try and get some lighter colors also too on the finger there. Let's see if this is going to be enough. I thought that was light. No, not quite. Okay, that's better. And then we could use some of our green if the color goes somewhere. Let's go everywhere, including this crazy green. Even throw it on the little gem right here. And of course, if it doesn't have green in it, it ain't gold. Just like if it doesn't have magenta in it, can't be metal. A little bit of green there. That was about some much darker phthalo green here. Couple of spots there. What you want to base your brain hurt in the best way. Well, Miyabi, I'm hopefully that kind of like you say gets those juices going, makes it a little bit easier maybe every time that you paint. Maybe makes that just each painting session a little bit more fun. A little bit less like work. It's not like you have to get 20 figures done every single painting session, but if even you just get the same amount done as you normally would, but you don't quite feel so exhausted at the end of it, well, that's always a plus too. Have you ever seen this, an artist making this abstract piece, screaming at the painting with each brushstroke? No, I haven't. I have not seen that. Definitely haven't seen that. So definitely, well, I was very surprised when I was filming that video today. I was expecting the ivory black to not really do very much. But look at this. We have a raid. We got Cutthroat. Cutthroat, how you doing? And nice to see you again. I hope that everything's been going good. And I think you're still rocking all the Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff, right? Because I do believe I saw your Insta post from the other day. And folks, be sure to give Cutthroat Cure a follow. But also, at Cutthroat, if you want to throw some links into the chat of your MCP stuff from your Instagram there, feel free to pop in some links there in the chat so that people can go look at that. So yeah, folks, Cutthroat really has been just hammering away at that MCP. So you need to go check that out as well. Welcome in Hootie Hoot as well. And hey, Dr. Tentacle, nice to see you. It looks like Cutthroat Cure was able to sneak in on a little bit of that, a little bit of Cursed City. So how many people did you have to knock over online to get at that thing and make sure it wasn't sold out? Or hopefully maybe you had a more local source for it, because apparently that was quite the difficult thing to get your hands on. So hooty hoot, it's crazy to think that technically we've been doing this over a year, I just this this is the date apparently that we did the affiliate thing, so I'm just treating this as my stream anniversary. I think it was sometime in March was my first actual stream, but we're just sort of we're calling this the stream anniversary from now on. And apparently we'll just have to paint Wappelius in various scales. I think the next one, it should be at least a 6-foot tall Wappelius there. Oh, no, wait, you can't do body painting on Twitch, I guess. Because, yeah, I guess they're not going to let us do that. Again, Twitch must be somehow in cahoots with Big Acrylic. Won't even let us do a little bit of body painting. Yeah, that's a Cutthroat, the local me. So, Cutthroat, I'm glad that you're able to get your hands on that. I know it's just a lot of people had a little bit of a problem trying to get that stuff. So hopefully it was very fun to paint too. I'm sure that it was. Now yep, I'm gonna keep going with the ye old blending brush there. Yep. Now we'll come back. Actually, I'm gonna throw a little bit of the quick dry back out onto the palette. Yeah, Landris, isn't that the big that's the crazy thing is you can do that, but you can't like don't take off your socks or your shoes or nothing like that. But you can do the other thing. So, Cutter, how many of the Cursed City figures did you get your hands on to paint? I'm assuming a box set, but I don't know how many are in the box set. And we'll keep popping a couple more lights there, and we need a whole chain of highlights along here. This surface is closest to us, so how in the world does that not have a little chain of bright highlights? And we'll do that right here. Just gonna march right up the side of the shoulder here. So see that, and that's what kind of secures that is the kind of the leading edge, right? The edge that's coming forward right at you. No, that's why Stila did the oily fans, so that it could be a little bit of Stila after dark. Because I have not had a chance to join you on that. As you know, it tends to be a filming time. Now, again, I have to do one of these meeting things, so we won't be, that's why we had to film the video earlier today, which was weird to be filming that video with daylight. Wow, that was extra weird. All right, we're just gonna tone a little bit of that down. Okay, that's do we need some more over here? Yeah. I think I might just have to do some of this right over here. It's on the sculpting basing day. Okay. And we'll definitely be basing again this Thursday. Well, what, well, this is Tuesday, so we're not really sure exactly how many days from now that is. We've determined this is Tuesday. It's our special day. Why not have the stream anniversary be a Tuesday? And Armor Wolf has thrown up the link for the Patreon page, and that's that video we were just talking about. I think, I also posted this too. This has been posted now to all of the Army Painting supporters. So this is our 24th Army Painting series. Not kidding, actually here, a little color lesson. So you see all the very warm orangey yellows, right? Look at that banner. It's still yellow. And actually this was painted wet over dry. So all the colors underneath it, that had dried like a week and a half ago. But we did our dry brushy thing and we were able to get that nice kind of a cooler greenish blue as opposed to all of these orange yellows over here. Sorry, yellow. cooler yellow, not cooler blue. I think we're gonna give the eye one place to rest. We got marble here, we got freehand, all this other kind of stuff. We're not gonna do a design there. Let's just let the eye have a place to rest. We got plenty of stuff going on back here, right? Plenty of stuff. Not gonna mess around with more designs here. Well, yes, it could be interesting to fit something in there. Then we're just gonna be fighting with all the object source lighting up here, and there's just no point in doing that. No point in doing that, but what it should show that is maybe a little bit of film noir. So I'm just gonna plan that out a little bit. Now, I don't think we had this the last time we had film noir. Yeah, we didn't have special attention to this right here. As we take away our color, boom, light and dark the same. It does not affect the overall shading. However, you're gonna get just that nice little contrast of the red and green together as we bring back our color here. Bam! Look at that difference. Is it those days? Is that another day that we get? So yeah, Tuesday is something I believe that we made up last week because we needed more. Armored Wolf and I needed more days to get work done. Never mind the whole sleeping thing. We just needed more days to get work done, and I do believe somehow the word Tuesday came out, and that just became the new day of the week. Oh, we got some armor over here. Yeah. Oh, gee whiz, we have a whole bunch of things that certainly need a couple little highlights over here. If this metal surface is going to be right next to all that object source lighting, we better get some lights in that. Hey, Rax, nice to see you again. Yep, Tuesday, that is a day that Armored Wolf and I, it's a discretionary day. So if we need to put 4 or 5 or 6 or 12 or 13 extra days in a week, we can just apply a Tuesday in there. And that gives us some extra time to work. Like I said, it might have somewhat of a negative effect on crops and everything like that because people might be trying to plant something in mid-December. But that's just how it goes. The needs of us outweigh the needs of the all, so that works. This right here also needs to be simplified. Too much stuff going on there. We'll simplify that. Simplify this with a little bit of our phthalo green. And we'll just knock some of that down. If that were maybe a metal surface, a little different story. But I think since it's supposed to actually be cloth there, we'll just darken this down a little more now. That's got a little bit more thinner in there too. Didn't quite go with as much of a dry approach on that. Now, Amateur Paint Hour says, well, nothing important happens in December anyways. So, well, hey, well, that's good. It's a month that can be sacrificed. That's good. We can get even more done in December now. It's like, nope, they don't need December. It's like the hobbits. They don't need those legs. They don't need that December. So Armored Wolf and I will claim December then as our own. Yeah, there's going to be some really weird things happening to the calendar, it looks like. We already messed up with the clock. Oh, thanks Achilles Blade. So this is actually literally the Wappelius Spellbrush figure. This is from Artisan Guild here. There he is. So that is you paint long enough, you end up painting yourself, and that is us. That is moi. That is why we have this always, because people say, well, you need a face cam. Well, that's the face cam right there. And also face cam. Look at that perfect focus right there on that face. Vitra likes December. Oh, I like December too. Because you know what December means? It means Hype train cookies. That's what it means. That's what this. That. Wait a minute. December is supposed to be about something else. It's not about hype train cookies or gingerbreaderess. That should be very fun. Not quite sure how that's going to work, but I'll see if there's some way. Well, A, to make gingerbreaderess, and then B, somehow. Well, maybe we'll decorate it on stream. I think we'll have to construct it off stream, but maybe we can decorate it on stream. Yeah, hey, that's well, what if December was 2 or 3 times as long as it normally is? That means potentially your birthday might cycle around once or twice during the month of December. That's not terrible. Let's see if I can't get a little more light here. Now, there's the dude. You die a hobbyist, or you live long enough that you're a commission. You eventually become a commission. I don't know. I would imagine as certain 3D sculpting things or scanning things, right? Where you send a picture of yourself and that could be scanned or something like that. And I know they're already doing that. Was that Hero Forge or something like that? Is doing that where you turn yourself into a miniature. But a time where you wouldn't necessarily have to have someone like Hero Forge make that for you. That could be very fun. Well, I was thinking December could be miniatures gifts. Well, yeah, Mithran. Yeah, definitely. More minis, more better. There is no such thing as too many minis. December's going to be still a streamiversary. Well, I should have to do a whole bunch of streamiversary streams in that extended month of December. Kathy comes in with Sambo, the best face dog in the world. Good night. Everybody says good night, Kathy. Hopefully she had fun with everybody. And hopefully the dog had fun playing out there and got some of his snacks. Well, he's wagging his tail, so he must have gotten some snacks. Greyworth says, no, I age fast enough as it is.
Hello, little hobbit. Spark my ganja.
Thank you very much, Samantha, for that follow. Hello, little hobbits. Oh, no. He's more powerful than me. Yeah? You want to be Gandalf of many colors? How about Gandalf the fuchsia? Okay. He'll look, dude. Just take it easy on my younger brother there. I mean, he's a little bit of a wuss. Just between you and me, that pipe weed, it hasn't gone well for him. Yeah, I know what you mean. So there's Schmandorf. Yes. And of course, the reason why Gandalf or Sambo is the best face dog everywhere is because he's one of those squishable stuffed animals, and he has a tendency to just smash you right in the face and then wrap himself around your face. Kind of gives you a nice hug until you start turning blue, and then you tell Sambo to not hug you anymore. But yep, Sambo, the best face dog ever. Some dogs are lap dogs, but Sambo apparently is a face dog. And I think I'm going to get myself a regular little bit of light color on the cheek right here. Yeah. Because the green's not working its way all the way around there. Also, now that's a little bit lighter there. Also is very warm too. If you end up with a couple of the squishables that they're supposed to be pillows, but sometimes you wake up and they're actually on top of you. Next thing, that is really warm. Oh, what? Yep, let's get the couple lighter colors on the ear. And we're still looking around for the missing earrings on the Uhuru bust. I just wonder if they actually were ever in there in the first place. Because I'm fairly certain I opened that thing up in here and I have not seen any little bag with earrings in it. Because, well, the one that Kathy was going to paint, she was looking at that and it has a little bag with 2 earrings in it. I might make this just a smidge right also on Cad's nose right there. So yeah, that is going to be Cad. That's our little character here finally has a name at last. Might let just a smidge here of the brilliant yellow pale work its way into our orange here. Like so. A bit more over here. What about the sword blade? Ah, yeah, I'm looking at this. This is sort of a, well, maybe not quite backwards, but we just got to get some reflections on this. Ooh, go back to my orange over here. That might be too much. There we go, cadmium scarlet. And yes, I still do have the cadmium orange. But I think my next color mix or the color swatch style video is going to be using the Windsor yellows, the Windsor yellow deep, the Windsor yellow light. Might even try doing that as a dark sword video, actually. That could be interesting. I'm also going to try and get some lighting here on these fingers because they have no highlights on them whatsoever. That's not quite right. Okay, we got these two. The thumb kind of crosses over one. Go back over here to this orange. Bring out these couple of edges. Again, metal. We certainly want to have as sharp of a highlight there on the cloth. Not so much. This bottom edge. Boy, that could use some of this orange here. The one thing about the Artisan Guild swords and such, they can be pretty thick. They can be really thick, so it can be difficult sometimes. There, I did get some of the Prussian blue in there. I'm hoping not to make that too much lighter. I'm hoping to do this more of a as a color contrast. The blue versus, say, the orange. Here's a Prussian blue. Work that in here, and then let's see what happens right along this edge. That's not a huge impact as far as light versus dark. That's a color thing, right? We have the orange here, and now I've got, look at that, blue and orange right across the street from each other. That's that color contrast we're looking for, temperature contrast. You can have all the light and dark you want, that's fine. All well and good. But you best also utilize some, there's all these, what is it, 5, 6 different contrasts that we were able to find. I'm really hoping that there's 7 of them because I'd love to do some kind of a shirt or something like that called the 7 Deadly Contrasts or something like that.